Official.StreetSmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here exclusively on YouTube, Street Smart Audio. Or fuck with us. Official.StreetSmarks on SoundCloud and IG. Street Smart Fanpage on Facebook. Street_Smarks on Twitter. Or ECW Memories. This is the Extreme Retro Review for ECW, May 31st, 1994. H-Dub. Before I go to you, because you lighten the stick, I want to highlight on the other ECW page, YouTube caught us.
What happened?
You know what I'm saying? Tried to, you know what I'm saying, do some pirate shit. Throw the shows up. Got hit with the whammy stick.
Which show?
Shit. The night the line was crossed, got put up. They blocked it worldwide by WWE. But then, subsequently, the rest of the shows ended up being taken down as well. So, yeah, so I got to find a different way to, you know what I'm saying, get this shit right. Or it's just not going to happen.
It got to be a secondary site where
I can fuck with Daily Motion, but, you know, so a lot of motherfuckers don't really fuck with Daily Motion. And plus, you know, with us being exclusively on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of, I feel like I'd be cheating.
But it's, first of all, YouTube's not paying us, which is a good thing. Second of all, that would be something that would be just for the group anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? It, you know, that might be the option. And if, you know what I'm saying, if we can drive motherfuckers to Daily Motion, it might be another outlet for our voice to be heard.
That's why you are the great one.
Hey, man, you know, this is a team effort, my brother. Iron sharpens iron, Fooge.
What were your overall thoughts of this show?
I thought it was a pretty decent show after a bunch of lackluster and sucky shows and shit. I found myself being somewhat entertained and shit. I was going to give it a D for decent, but D has a negative connotation in the grading scale. So if it was on a grading scale, it'd probably be more of a C show. But yeah, that was pretty decent. Not too sucky, but it wasn't all that great either.
I always like to open with you. You know what I'm saying? Get your initial thoughts of the show, and then I like to go through the motions of the show, and then you know, close it. You know what I'm saying? But I have to say, damn, I actually really like this show. I thought it was fucking phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well.
I give it a P for phenomenal. Or an F.
Well, oh shit. Well, I would love to hear your review and see why you thought it was so phenomenal.
Oh shit! Before we
cough up a long word from Harvard, son. Ain't nothing nice. Been to many places. One Harvard, son.
You remember the Street Smart drinking game?
I do remember the Street Smart.
I was listening to some shit the other day. One of the old piece of shit shows we used to do. And, you know, throwbacks. And you were over here going into great length talking about the Street Smart drinking game. Where we clear our throats and shit.
Right.
And I'm over here coughing up a lung.
Take 2 shots for Fooge coughing up a lung.
So we have a cold open. Paulie says, tonight we will find out who Sabu will be facing on June 24th. He pauses for a second and he starts talking about how it's Onita from FMW. Cause of his peeping Tom uncle Morshi dangerously. Matt Radical says from the back, it's not Onita. Paul walks off confused. He's like, what the hell? It's not Onita. Who the hell is it then? And then we go off into the theme. So we have Sal coming to the ring, but Scoop wants to go back to earlier, before the show was taped, to a Ayatollah of Rock and Roller, also known as the Rock and Rebel.
That's right.
Versus the Goof.
Come on, somebody.
Goof reverses a pin for the win. He gets a, like, Rebel hits him with a spine buster, then he reverses it into a fucking pin. Dud. Sandman comes in with the run in for the beat down with the cane. Sandman and Rebel beat down on the Goof.
Yeah.
Woman struts down looking mighty fine.
Oh, yes, she did.
She's over there watching. And then they go back to the match, joint in progress. So we have Wild Man Sal Balomo versus Devious Donnie Allen. What? It's Sal versus Devious Donnie Allen.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about what the fuck either of these goofs are doing.
Yep.
Scoop's on play-by-play. There's no color to it. Negative infinity!
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the match?
It was a squash match that lasted entirely too long. I don't know why they do this. Like, especially for people like Sal Balomo and shit. Just to have them work over a motherfucking jobber and shit. And he wins with his big splash and shit. So, yeah. Big splash for the win and a squash that lasted way too long.
So we have a Sandman woman promo. Sandman's talking about pay your bills. Pay your bills, Tommy Cairo.
That's all he wants.
Bargain basement prices, $75.
$75.
Or you're going to have to pay in blood. Stop fucking this bitch, Goof.
Yeah.
I just want to highlight that this is a swinger angle in 1994.
Right. Stop sleeping with my wife.
Woman says something, and she's stroking the cane very seductively.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the Tazmaniac versus Kyle Shearer. Kyle jumpstarts the heat. Taz come back with a shine. It's an outside brawl. Complete squidash. He hits Shearer with the bell. Half Nelson Tazplex for the win. Dud. Thoughts?
Taz squash. He beat the shit out of Shearer.
Motherfucker, he was trying to throw him out the ring. Shearer took like 1,000 steps just to get out the ring. It was hilarious. Geek.
That's because he knew he was about to get hit with a chair, get the back of his head slammed against the guardrail, and whatever else Taz did to him out there. Because I just passed this too.
So you have a JT Smith package.
Oh, yeah.
Last week he snapped. Scoop is awful. When is Joey coming back? Where's Sully? Now I have to say, I wrote this, I was in a pretty pissy mood. Okay. Because I have gone on and said, Scoop is awful, and he's worse than Jay Sully.
You have said that.
On a repeated viewing.
Yeah, you have.
There is no way possible on any of the multiverses that Scoop is worse than Jay Sully.
And I just want to point out, I said that on the last show. So.
Yeah, Jay Sully's completely way more awful than Scoop Watts. Scoop is he's taller. He's no Joey Styles.
No.
He's a distant second. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But he's still better than Sully. JT wasn't happy about last week, but you got to take matters into your own hands. Ever since the Eagle Nest bump, which we recounted, Extreme Retro Review number 14.
Oh, nice.
Wrestlers have targeted his knee. They've targeted to obliterate.
Yeah. Yes, they have.
We like that. People are now feeling sorry for JT. It's affecting business and it's affecting friendships. And it goes into a package talking about the funk turn, which we recounted on Extreme Retro Review number so-and-so, Blood Feast.
Also, when Funk exposed himself for being the terrible mentor that he is, the terrible friend, and if you want to lump coach in there as well, terrible coach as well. He's terrible at everything.
He thanks Funk for the heel turn because now he has to fight and he has to be a man. And then they show the Mike Awesome death spot from the night the line was crossed.
Gosh, that's just still hard to watch.
Which we recounted. Extreme Retro Review number 49.
You like the Watcher and shit.
He even won the TV title recounted in an Extreme Retro Review, number 50 something,
It's on there.
which put a target on his knee, targeting to obliterate. He lost the belt, but he never gave up.
He sure didn't.
The people gave up on JT. The ref gave up on JT, so he snapped. But he ain't gonna change.
Nope.
However, he ain't having it no more.
He damn sure ain't.
Then it goes into a June 3rd bumper for another show that has no name and we have no care for. The song is Boom Bap by KRS-One. I'm over here bobbing my head to this shit. It's like Boom Bap, original rap. You know, so I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? And then it had another sample that sounded like Road to Riches by Coogee Rap. Moving on. So we have a Paulie bumper. He's cutting a promo on Stan Hansen versus Sabu on June 24th. But Matt Radical again says it's not Lariat. Then Paul cuts a promo on Arn because he thinks Arn's going to be fighting Sabu on June 24th. Matt Radical says it's not Arn. He's like, it's not. And he starts cutting a promo on Abby. Nope. Who the hell is it then? Moving on. So we have Pitbull with Jason, the sexiest man on earth, versus Precious Damian Stone. This is the future Little Guido.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
He's billed at 220 pounds. There is no way possible that this dude is 220. Okay, because Pitbull's next to him. He's fighting Pitbull. Pitbull's at 240. Okay, that's cool. Pitbull's jacked. He's at 240. I'm jacked. I'm at 230. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Hollywood is at. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, whatever. So that puts Little Guido in the same realm of both of us. There's no way.
No.
He's on par with Rey Mysterio Jr.
So what, 170?
I give him 155. Dripping! Jason still has the Band-Aid on his face. Still has a boo-boo face. Pitbull is still my favorite wrestler at the moment. Scoop cannot ruin this. That's what I wrote. But upon a repeated viewing, Scoop is actually quite awesome in this match. The crowd has signs saying six-pack. Earlier, I saw a sign that said, "We want beer." I asked myself, is the ECW arena dry at the moment? Because it doesn't seem like nobody's getting drunk and rowdy and shit. Or is he like me, Miss J. Sully? Anyway, moving on. Nothing? Whatever. Jason doesn't want to do any close-ups. The powerbomb on Little Guido. Hope spots cut off. Pitbull killing jobbers is awesome. He's no-selling his chops. He's pulling up on two. There's a sign in the crowd that says geek. I concur. Damian Stone is a complete geek in this match. He does the karate kick with theatrics. I love it. Another kick. And he's targeting the back of Little Guido's neck because he submits him with the full Nelson. 2 stars. Your thoughts on the match?
Oh, shit. He beat the shit out of Stone. Yeah, there's a nice little squizzash, and
I loved it.
Oh, no, there was one point where the crowd was trolling Pitbull that I love. I think they was asking him, "Where's your belt?"
Oh, right. And you know he's playing into it because he's a good heel. I don't want to give him a nomination for heel of the year. You know what I'm saying? Solo heel of the year, but he's definitely an enjoyable part of the show.
Yeah, he does his thing.
Not like our guy coming up soon, but he's very enjoyable.
For sure.
So we have a Mikey package. He won by DQ versus Kevin Sullivan last week. He asked Jay Sully if Todd will take the belt back before someone kills him. Next week, he fights Mr. Hughes. Our boy.
Oh, shit, that, for sure.
Mikey starts to cut a promo. Then he says, I'm gonna die, and he powders. Then it shows a bumper of him getting beat up to set the Loser by Beck.
Oh shit! It was generic music on WWE Network.
Oh, what was the time for the network show?
I actually wrote that down too. It was 43 minutes.
This one was 59 minutes, so it was basically on par. So you just had generic music and not entire cutouts of vignettes and stuff. That's good. That's good. All right, so we got When Worlds Collide coming soon.
Don't forget, at the end of the video package for Mikey, they had a little thing. It said, "Please pray for Mikey."
Awesome.
Yeah, I lost my shit when I saw that. Oh man!
So coming soon on ECW Home Video, When Worlds Collide, which we have recounted on Extreme Retro Review number 64. Moving on.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir. We have the franchise Shane Douglas, ECW Heavyweight Champion.
That's right.
Versus Chad Autism.
Oh man! Oh, we cannot make fun of autism.
Bullshit. I actually wrote autism on accident. It might be Freudian. I don't know. I don't know.
Sheets.
But that's how I feel watching this match at 5:55 a.m. November 26, 2017.
That's where you first reviewed it and shit.
I have autism watching Shane Douglas and Chad Autism and Scoop on play-by-play. I was really in a shitty fucking mood writing this shit up.
Yeah, because Shane made Chad look not too bad.
He made him look like $1 million fucking bucks.
Selling them arm drags and arm bars and shit.
So I get to see why Shane is king of the indies in 1994.
And the last member of Hot Stuff International and shit.
You would think WWE grabbing the top indie star is the newest trend. You know what I'm saying? They pick up Bryan. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They picked up Punk. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be picking up Kenny Omega pretty soon. They picked up Adam Cole. You know what I'm saying?
AJ.
They picked up AJ. But this isn't a new trend. You know what I'm saying? They have always picked up the top indie star guy.
Hulk Hogan was the king of AWA. Did I steal your thunder? I'm looking at your face.
I wouldn't consider the AWA an independent in 1983. It was pretty much probably the biggest promotion in America in 1983.
Bigger than WWF?
Easily.
Bigger than NWA?
Easily.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, AWA was hot because of Hogan.
Because of Hogan.
Right. It was because of Hogan that the AWA got hot, and Vern wouldn't put the title on him because of nepotism and, good old boy club.
So is that how Vince got him?
Vince said, I will put the title on you immediately. Cut him a check to leave. Motherfucking Hogan went to New York. He took Bobby and Dr. D with him initially.
Bobby?
No, he didn't. I'm sorry. He took Mean Gene and Dr. D initially. I'm sorry. Bobby was one of the last people to leave. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? And they went to work.
And the rest is history.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
If Vern would have put the title on Hogan in 83, we would, different landscape. You would be talking about 20-time champion Greg Gagne.
Would I even be talking about this podcast? Because I might not even give. I might not even give a fuck.
That's true. There probably wouldn't be an ECW because, you know what I'm saying, goddamn Paul would have went through Vern. I mean, he ended up going to Vern, you know what I'm saying, in around 89, 90, but AWA was on his deathbed at that point. You know what I'm saying? Paul wasn't, he went up there for a quick run with the original Midnights. You know what I'm saying? Just to get him over real quick, to bring him down to JCP to do the fucking original Midnight versus corny Midnight angle. And they put the kibosh on that shit because it was outdrawing the top angles. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's some shit, and that started the bullshit between WCW and Paul Lee. Honestly, you could honestly look at that and say that's the thing, because that would have been money. Corny against Paul Lee with an extended 6-month program. They had that program for 1 month and put the kibosh on it.
Oh no!
They did the setup of the Clash, I think, and I think they blew it off at the pay-per-view. That shit should have ran at least 6 months. Just saying. But again, Shane makes autism look like $1 million. Scoop's call is actually kind of good. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to sell fucking Austin as a threat. You know what I'm saying? But if you check the finish of the match, Austin is on top of Shane in the corner, right? Shane he slaps Austin's thigh. Okay, and then they immediately go into the finish. Austin comes down off the second rope, and they go into the finish sequence with the counter Irish whips and shit. You know what I'm saying? So Austin's on the second rope. He's giving Shane the 10 punch deal, right? Shane slaps his thigh. Austin comes down. He gives him a Irish whip. Shane counters the Irish whip and throws Austin back into the corner. Austin pops off the corner, goes immediately into the Bailey to Bailey. Okay, for the 1, 2, 3.
Right.
It was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But he did the slap first, so it was like I was like, as soon as I saw the slap, I was like, finish. That was it.
Oh, it's just so you peeped the cue.
Easy. It was easy. It was as bright as day. Yeah, watch this show again on repeated viewing. May 31st, 1994 show is amazing.
Say, all right, kid, good job.
Right,
bring it home.
Yeah, go on. I actually wrote the network at 4320.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. So anyway, I guess I went to the network.
Apparently so.
So we got a Public Enema promo from South Central Los Angeles. Kind of funny because it looks like the train tracks from Philly last year, 93. Moving on.
Right, exactly.
Flyboy Rocco Rock brings up the restraining order from last week. Grunge says that was terrific. Rocco says it means they can't be where Terry Funk is. You know what I'm saying? So Johnny goes, so we can't be in the locker room going through people's suitcases and lockers? He's like, no, man. So that's the only reason why they are in Los Angeles, because Terry Funk is in Philadelphia right now. It's basically a bumper lead in to a Terry Funk match, but also gives a nice character vignette for Public Enemy. So I thought it was funny as shit. He's like, we can't go into their suitcases and lockers.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
He's like, shh, not to the 24th.
Any enjoyment I got was immediately ruined with Terry Funk flashing that ugly smile of his in this match.
So we got a match. The living legend, Terry Funk, versus the Shah, Hack Meyers. Funk gets a great ovation from the ECW crowd.
For what reason? He must have gave them money before on his way to the ring or something.
It's a slow extended squash. Shah spends too much time fixing his pants. The whole match, he's like fixing his pants. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
He's a fat ass.
Funk's over there. He's stalling, jaw jacking to the crowd. He puts on guy's hat.
Yeah, I saw that was so gay. Who wears another man's hat?
Funk with lefts and rights. I said Scoop's awful, but he's not that bad on repeated viewing. Shah with a heat spot, and you start to hear the Shah punches. Funk no-sell come back, and he spits in his face, and he gives a pile driver on the floor to the Shah.
How disrespectful.
Funk then re-injures his knee that the Public Enemy hurt at When Worlds Collide. Scoop's awful. Funk's headbutts. He gets a comeback with a headbutt. They both collide. Shah goes out. He possums. All right. So Shah brings in a chair. All right. Funk then gets up. He grabs a chair, whacks Shah's knee, and then does the spinning toe hold for the submission win. Your thoughts on the match?
What type of man pussy plays possum? Like, that is just so fucking gay. You know what I'm saying? And, it's worse than gay. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like acting like you're hurt and shit where you're in a fight against another man in the squared circle is about as lame as it can get. But once again, you know what? Y'all think I've been accused of hating Terry Funk and shit. I just exposed the truth about Terry Funk. He just showed in this particular match that he's a bitch because he just laid down the shit. It's like, oh shit, oh, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let him think that I'm down because he's an old ass man. And what decent individual is gonna take it easy on an old ass man after you done whooped his ass and you see there he look like he dead? But to be fair, when he's walking down to the ring, he looks like he's dead. So except his eyes is open and shit. That's the only difference and shit. And don't get me started on when he smiled and shit because my dog on TV almost broke and shit. This motherfucker almost broke my 60-inch and shit. But yeah, that was the main event, everybody. Terry Funk versus Hack Meyers. Yeah. With a spinning toe hold as the finish of the main event. Thrilling.
So we have the Pubic Enema with another promo from South Central Los Angeles. So I go back to the network. Johnny tells Rocco they're in trouble with their grandma. Oh, shit. Wants to know why? She was at the Sizzler on Senior Citizen Sunday, and all the geezers are mad that the Public Enemy are going to beat up the Funk Brothers on the 24th.
You know, even the Public Enemy know that they fight some senior citizens and shit. That's why the old heads and shit, that's why they salty and shit.
Rocco says that they got to get to Texas from South Central. They ain't waiting till the 24th. They're going to the cross-dressing ranch.
They're going straight to the cross-dressing ranch.
And they're going to jump the Funks. So Johnny asked, how they going to get to Texas? How much money they got? Rocco says, don't worry. You know what I'm saying? He's going to hit your ride using his thumbs. And then Johnny he says, don't worry, man. Don't worry about it. I got the Slim Jim. We can hit your ride that way. Then they say, peace. We out of here. I love the Public Enemy. Your thoughts?
Oh, man. Well, needless to say, I was on the edge of my seat to see when I see that they're on their way to the cross-dressing ranch to go ahead and deal with the Funks once and for all before you even get to Hostile City Showdown and shit. So I was pumped, and I'm all for their mission, and I wish them nothing but the best. Shoot. Somebody has to put an end to the madness that is Terry Funk because he's been a blight on our society for far too long.
So we got Paul finishing up the show, cutting a money promo to introduce Cactus Jack as Sabu's opponent at Hostile City Showdown, June 24th. Overall, I say it's an enjoyable show. Great promos, great vignettes, great matches. Scoop is not as awful as I initially wrote. On repeated viewing, this is a very enjoyable show. So, thumbs up.
Oh, very nice. And I just want once again reiterate that I believe it was last review that I said that Scoop was better than Sully, and I just want to reiterate that. That's why I am the numero uno champ on this show. Because I smash even my partner, my co-host. I smash him into obliterate and certain things when it's necessary. You know, I am Hot Stuff Hollywood, and shout out to Too Cold Hollywood on Earth 37 and shit, and Doofus Food as well and shit. Thanks for having me on y'all show this morning. And yeah, this show was pleasant surprise. Even though I gave it a C, but it was pleasant.
Next week, June 7th show, as we cruise along onto Hostile City Showdown. We out. Peace.